My name is Rhonda Johnson, and I'm the Executive Director of Hope for Minds. Our mission is to foster hope and enrich the lives of children with an acquired brain injury through support and education. We not only provide financial assistance, but also emotional support through our support groups and our parent-for-parent connection. In this video, you will learn about families and children that we have served.
2008 was a transition year for my family and, of course, my son. My son's name is JD, and in October of 2008, he was in 4th grade, 11 years old. He's now 20 years old. He suffered an anoxic brain injury due to a near-drowning incident in our family pool on a normal day. I came out and something wasn't right. And I looked up and I didn't see him because the hot tub was kind of up on a hill, elevated from me. So I went and found him laying in the bottom of the hot tub. And as you can imagine, it's the thing that happens to everybody else and not you. Chaplain was called in. There was little to no hope, we were told. 3 in the morning, you know, they couldn't get his respirations up. And it was tough. It was very tough. My wife and I were there. We were in a lot of disbelief that this could have happened. Minimal progress, daily but minimal progress. We sort of got out of the coma state. He loosened up, really started to see some things. And fast forward 6 years later. So this should, I guess, have been 2014. Almost in October of that year, he speaks. He hadn't spoken. Spoken, said, "Daddy, Mama," nothing. Made some sounds, but never spoke. He spoke and said, "I need some help getting up. Help me get up." And from that day on, he hasn't quit talking. And matter of fact, he remembers back to 4th grade. Remembers his friends. He could say their last names. It was a wonderful day. It was through this process that we came to totally realize that you have to continue to work at these things, and they will surface over time. Hope for Minds is an organization that provides those resources, and because that's what this whole thing is. I mean, the word's perfect, hope, and then resources, meaning, you know, gosh, help us with who do we call for this? How do we get this? I mean, we're talking equipment, you know, lifts to get them out of beds, retrofitting your house to some degree. I mean, whatever resources that are available to you become essential, and because it's just nobody budgets for this. The end of the story, I think, is good. I think it's good. Well, I know it's good. If it never changes from here on out, it's good. His life is valuable.
Hi, my name is Tina Shippey, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes today to talk to you about how Hope for Minds has helped my family. I have 3 children, and last year, April 27th, 2016, 2 of my daughters were in a motor vehicle accident. It was a very traumatic experience, something that nobody ever prepares for or expects is going to happen to them. My youngest daughter, Amenzi, was air flighted to University Hospital in San Antonio and in ICU for approximately a month before she went over to Houston for inpatient rehab. For that month, we didn't know exactly, you know, what was going to happen. You know, the doctors have to give you their professional opinion and don't want to get too involved and give you too much hope just in case, you know, it doesn't happen that way. So I kind of felt a little bit alone and didn't really take the time to look into resources to see what could help our family or Amenzi, just because at that time that was just something that was just too much stress on myself. So we moved over to Houston, and Amenzi was in an inpatient rehab, and that's where I met Rhonda Johnson. She came to visit us, and she told me about Hope for Minds. So from there, I started doing a little bit of research to see how their organization could help my family. And I'll tell you what, it's been nothing but a positive experience. Even when I'm not reaching out to them, they're always reaching out to me. Just little texts here or calls, "How are you doing? Is there anything we can do to help?" And I feel that makes the biggest difference in the world. We're super excited that Menzi has this opportunity now to get her brain mapped to see where her neurological functioning is, in addition to utilizing neurofeedback as a tool to help build the plasticity back into her brain. So I'm really excited, like I was saying, and it's all because of Hope for Minds that they were able to give us funding so that we could have this opportunity to take steps forward in a Menzies progress.
Hi, my name is Bryce Crane and I am a traumatic brain injury survivor. As of last February, I've been having to recover from it, and I've seen so much improvement since then. It was February 21st, 2016, and I was on a bike ride with a couple family and friends because I'm on the Dripping Springs mountain bike team for my school. I don't remember this, but I went off ahead of them, and I was on my own for about 10 minutes, and the front tire came off. The emergency release must have gone off. I don't remember, but I lose control, and I crashed, and I totally wiped out. And by the time the rest of my group got down and found me, I was seizing, having a seizure, and I was completely incoherent of everything. Like I was just screaming in pain. I couldn't stand because immediately I had a stroke. So the left half of my body was almost completely paralyzed. Like I had my left arm, left leg, I couldn't walk, so I was just stumbling around. By the time I got back to school, I'm just like, it was great to see how I was able to recover. School was, so hard because I still had, on top of all my memory loss, I had severe anxiety, depression, stress, everything, like all these mental disabilities that just completely skyrocketed ever since then. And that is what Hope for Minds has helped me with tremendously. They've helped give me accommodations through school that I can actually use through college, and like accommodations such as like more time on homework, on tests, just a bunch of little things just to help give me the boost that I need. And without that, I don't think I would have been able to graduate. It's only been about a year and a half, and I've gone from being in a wheelchair to I've graduated from high school. I've got my job back as a lifeguard for the city of Austin. I am actually riding my bike still, not competitively, but just doing what I can. I mean, I can go to the gym, I can work out, I can interact with my friends, my family, and live my life how I really want to live my life without having, just all this weight dropped on my shoulders. And I don't think I would be able to do it without Hope for Minds.
My son Elijah Weber, he is 13 years old. When he was 3 years old, he had a car wreck that resulted in him having cerebral palsy. About 3 years ago, we saw something on K-View for Hope for Minds, and we been working with them ever since. They have funded us with different things such as therapy, extra therapy for my child. They have funded, actually, just recently, they funded a trip to a camp for my son, which is a week camp. And just today, they have given me funds to get him an adaptive bicycle that he can ride and, use his arms, he doesn't have great mobility in his legs, so he can't ride a regular bike. So an adaptive bike is something he can use to pedal with his arms. Basically, we owe a lot to Hope for Minds for what they do, and hopefully we can continue to work with them.
My name is Ana Galvan. This is my son. His name is Mateo Sanchez. He's 4 years old. He suffered a non-fatal drowning in May 2nd, 2015. We were hospitalized for about 3 months, and he was in a coma, and doctors were telling me that he wasn't going to make it, that he had 24 hours to live. And after a week had passed and he wasn't showing any signs of movement, he had started opening his eyes, he was moving his hands, and little by little, all the machines were taken off of him. He started to smile, he started to make noises, babbling sounds, and he also started to cry, which were signs that he was getting better and better each day. With the help of Hope for Minds, we've been able to start this new therapy called hyperbarics chamber, and it's a chamber we go inside and they fill it up with oxygen that goes directly to the brain. We've been trying it for 2 weeks now, and I've seen changes, and I am very excited to keep going on forward with it, and I can't wait to just start seeing him move around more and show more selfless movements.
For more information on how you can support Hope for Minds, go to hopeforminds.org.